Hi everyone, David here, and I want to extend some thoughts about a new game circulating in the media called Evolve. It is a new MOBA game that has been really getting attention in terms of uh, being a five-person game, uh, most notably to have four people on a team of hunters hunting down the unlucky person to lose the coin toss to be the monster. Um, the mechanics of the game is pretty simple. As the hunters, you have to stop the monster from advancing to stage 3 before he has a chance to try to destroy the generators at the hunter's base, essentially winning the game for the monster. There are four different types of hunters that you can be. The first one being the trapper, which his job is to pin down the monster and give your hunting partners a chance to deal some damage onto the monster with said help. Next being support, whose job is to essentially support the rest of the team. Locating the monster, dealing extra sets of damage to the monster with the help of turrets, and etc., etc. You also have Assault, who is the heavy hitter of the team, dealing massive amounts of damage and also taking massive amounts of damage at the same time. And the last being the Medic, whose job is to help heal the team and prevent damage done by the monster, or prevent majority of the damage done by the monster. And this is all done to try to have teamwork implemented in this. And as for my experiences, teamwork is a real hard thing to really nail down, especially when you're trying to get the band to try to sing the same tune. The monster in this case is solitary. His main job is to evolve into stage 3 and try to take out the generators or kill off all the hunters as quickly as possible. Or maybe not quickly as possible, but effectively as possible. The game does implement two sides, but there's also a third side to this too, which is mainly the environment this is taking place. There are other monsters in the game that will try to trip up either team to the extent that they're just in the way. You have a Megamouth, which is a four-legged monster with essentially a big mouth, and will attack anybody that it crosses its path. The monster or the hunters, whoever comes first. There are something called the Nomad. I didn't see that very much in the in gaming, and other various things. There is also Plant Life in the game that will trip up the hunters if they're not careful. So I'm pretty much trying to eat them all at once for being careless. There is also probably one of the most impressive things I've ever seen for the game was I didn't catch the name of this thing, but it was an underwater creature that if you stay in the water long enough as a hunter, you will get eaten whole and be instant killed. And I've actually seen the monster, or a monster, in the game take advantage of this and knocking one of the players into the pond and do this. I don't know if this was intentional, but it was a really cool strategy that the player did. The game itself is really based upon strategy amongst the players on either side, whether the four-man team can communicate as one, or the monsters' strategies outwit the hunters' ways of thinking. So far, there's only two types of monsters in the game, and one of the biggest things I wanted to draw out was a comparison between these two monsters. as far as maybe hit points or damage output from either monster. Pardon me. The first one that was introduced was called the Goliath, which is a big tanky monster who can dish out large amounts of damage, and I think be able to take large amounts of damage as well. Though the flaws to this monster is he's ground-based and can be fairly easily tracked, if not careful. The other one is the Kraken, which was later announced in E3, described as a mage-like monster that can hover and throw out attacks from long distance range. This seems to be one of the better halves of the monster roster that has a difficult time to track in terms of footprints. One of the mechanics of the game is when the monster walks around, they will leave behind a foot trail that will glow for the hunters. I don't know if this is one of the perks for the hunters or not, but, well, we'll see afterwards. But one of my main concerns in the game had popped up for mainly on the hunter's side. For instance, the hunters can regain health, but the monster can't. This seems to be a little bit detriment to the monster. But first off, I will say that the monster can add armor points to himself throughout the game, just by killing off other monsters and eating them, adding more armor points to his defensive stats. However, the monster itself cannot regenerate any health. For the hunters, however, any of the players can recover one of their downed players just by simply crouching down, rubbing his back, and he'll be good to go. And once more, the medic actually has an ability that can shoot a pulse shot at the downed player, and he will instantly regenerate full health. I don't know if this is a balancing issue with in terms of fairness, but the only thing I can really recommend to rebalance this out is for there to be certain monsters that will leave health opportunities for the monster to regenerate and make it scarce. Because I know the monster is big, bulky, and can deal a lot of damage if dealt correctly. And and that's pretty much the only defense for it right now. But the other thing that I found a little bit alarming is the stealth that support and the medic can use. And for this might be a really big problem, especially when trying to overuse the stealth to their advantages. Simply put, I've only seen this one time. The support had gotten heavy damage dealt to him by the Kraken, but had cast a cloaking on himself so as to make the monster think that he had killed him off, and he goes off to attack the other players, while the medic goes over and heals the support instantly like that. This seems to be one of the more troubling ideas to actually have. I don't know if this is an issue with the extensive use of cloaking or the mechanics of cloaking in the first place. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this would be rebalanced or something like that. But again, this is mainly stemming from the standpoint that I've only observed the gameplay and haven't played the game yet. So upon launch, the guys at 2K, or it's probably not 2K, it's probably someone else. 2K is probably publishing it, but the game producers could rebalance the game or fix the mechanics of it and see if there is any issues issues they see. However, but all that aside, I'm actually really excited about this particular game, and I'll be looking forward to actually playing this game, hands down. I mean, cooperation is a must in any kind of gaming. If you're thinking about going with a team that you trust and want to enjoy some decent gameplay. I haven't had the privilege of actually having an A team build myself, but I'll be very much enjoying playing as the monster, as well as looking forward to the roster of monsters that these guys will brilliantly display for everyone else. That's about it. Evolve is going to be coming out in October, and hope to see all you gamers out there enjoying the same games as I have. This is David, signing out.